Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to do a 9-card spread. They're telling me it should cover the next 3 to 6 weeks. Okay, so pretty much through this Mercury retrograde period. Today, as I'm recording this, Mercury's moved into shadow and will be out of shadow on the 19th, right before the solstice. So between now and the solstice, whatever time you're watching this, it seems to be appropriate. Well, I'm getting the cards out before I forget. If you would like to support this channel, you could do so by hitting that thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. And I am on Facebook every day at Moonlit Waters, and we kind of take a look at the astrology of the day. And, wow, you guys got some tough cards here. We look at the astrology of the day and how to best utilize it. So, all right, okay, so overall energy here, we have the anchor. The anchor is about safety, security. It is about feeling, very rooted and grounded. It's not a tree, right? But it's got that energy. It feels, so the ship has sailed, and this guy's sitting here holding the anchor, and she's dancing with joy. And so it almost feels as though some kind of a move brings a sense of safety and security. So it could be a job move, it could be a physical move, it could be a changing of your perception, the way you handle things. There's a big change, a big shift, a big move. And hey, by the way, we have an eclipse happening in your sign, right? So I'm recording this on the 29th, and the eclipse happens tomorrow at 4:28 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, U.S. So adjust for your time zone. So we have here this beautiful energy of safety and security and stability being brought in. It's the key to the situation, which again makes me think some of you are moving. That could be a home. But here in the reading, the key here is actually the stars. It's the clarity. So in the heart space, when you become very clear about what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, that is how you're going to manifest it. That's how you're going to bring it in. That's how you're going to feel the safety and security, but it starts with the clarity. This is also about having hope, right? And so there's that line in I'm not really great with names, so the Hunger Games, so when the villain says something about, do you know why there's a winner in the games? It's to give people hope. It's the only way they can have hope, is to let them have at least one winner. And so there's a sense here that you've kind of been struggling to maintain the hope, because in the area of anxiety, we have this burden. So the anxiety's been a burden, and it's also been the obstacle. And so, because the obstacle is the mice, and in the house of the mice, you have this burden, and in the mice, also the obstacle, which is which is right here in the transformation. Seeing your way through is how you're going to change the situation. Being led by spirit. We've got the little fairies there. If you allow yourself, moving forward, there's this also a mountain, but there's clouds, and the clouds are lifting. But so in order to get to here, you have to be at a higher elevation. It's elevating your thinking to a higher perspective. All right, so if you can allow in your heart space to be very clear about what it is you want, that you aren't sure how you're going to get there, doesn't matter. Allow the room to be surprised. We have 2 eclipses coming right away, right? We have the one in Taurus, followed 2 weeks later by the one in Scorpio. And in the meantime, we've got Pluto, as of today, Friday, moving retrograde, and Mercury getting ready to do a retrograde. And so during this course of this 3 to 6 weeks here, there's a lot of reviewing and releasing and letting go, and having and allowing clarity to be brought to you. If you will listen in your heart space, that's where the clarity is. The clarity is in your heart space. It's not in your head. So if you need to see it all in black and white on paper, everything labeled and dictated out and everything, that's not how you're going to get the answers to what it is you're seeking. It's going to come through, what does it feel like? What is going on in your heart space? Because what's beautiful, moving forward in the heart space, we have the birds, and this is communication. This is heartfelt communication with somebody, and that's how you're going to get the clarity. It's not going to be by trying to think how it works. You're going to have to talk, speak, allow yourself to listen with your heart. And the heart actually has so many brain cells. Your heart has like 40,000 brain cells. Think about that for a minute. It is the heart that is where the decision making should happen, not through the analytical process. You can get so caught up in it that it can create more confusion. It feels very Nine of Swords, right? So, what have you been trying to figure out? You've been trying to figure out how to move forward. We have the ship here. So here, the ship has sailed. Here, this is a different little ship. This is a little boat. This is thoughtfully searching through the reeds and the weeds. I'm hearing weeds, even though it shows reeds. Okay, so I used to work in the restaurant industry, and in the restaurant industry, we had a term. It's I'm in the weeds. And that meant there was so much going on that I was having trouble focusing on what needed to be done next. There was just too much, and so waiters and waitresses that got into the weeds, they did not have good time management. They did not know how to organize their station. They did not know how to prioritize. And so trying to figure out what needs to be done first, second, third, that's something that a lot of them were trying to figure out in their head. For me, it was super easy because in my heart, literally would feel my way through it. I would look at my station and I would assess who was freaking out and wanted stuff right now, or who would be more patient and willing to wait. And even though it may not have been necessarily the first person, there was certainly a fluid motion to discerning and deciding who needed what first. People with small children were not going to be patient, right? And so you had to really look at the situation. So there's something in your life where it's just been so much coming in, so much information, so many decisions to make, so much happening, and there feels like with these eclipses, there comes a clearing out. And then the way forward, it's shown as a path through the mountains. Step out onto the path, and the path will light up before you. It is in through moving slowly, and again, her heart chakra is lit up here. And the waters, the emotional waters, it is through navigating through something, following your heart, speaking your truth in a very heartfelt, vulnerable way with somebody. And it's definitely, there's two people, there's two birds, there's two here. This communication. So this could be on the job. This could be your relationship partner. This could be your child, your parent. This could be a very good friend. There's a need to communicate on that level. And friendship, no matter what, seems to play a big role, because in the area of action, we have the friendship card. We have the dog loyalty. And again, they're sitting there having a heart-to-heart conversation. So heart-to-heart conversations is what's going to bring the clarity in. Sitting there thinking about it, sitting there trying to sort it out in your head is creating all the anxiety and the confusion when the clarity is in the heart space. And if you can do this, you will come to life. The outcome card here is the garden. The garden is the statue here, but he's lit up by spirit. And it's almost as though you will be elevated in the eyes of a community. So, what represents community to you? Could be your place of work, could be your family, could be your friendships, could be some kind of a group that you're working in. But there is an elevation that comes if you allow yourself to be guided through. You'll know the next right steps. Wow, this is... I want to get some clarifiers on this. I have a couple of decks here. We aren't necessarily going to use them. But I definitely want to go with the spirit animal guide here. And I think probably tarot. Oh, you have dolphin play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into the wisdom and go with the flow. The dolphins. Dolphins, very healing energy. It's very much this friendship energy. I think that for you, the openness, and again, that's the emotional waters, that's playing in the emotional waters, that's joyfully playing in the emotional waters. It's not a shark, it's a dolphin. There's just like this energy here of you need to get out and have some fun. Go see your friends, do something fun. All work and no play makes Taurus tense. And you guys are so good at sticking your nose to the grindstone and seeing a project through, but it can create some real, oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, it can create a lot of, look, you're too much headspace. Wow, so much headspace. Okay. We have the Nine of Winter, Nine of Swords. I told you. We have the Three of Winter. This is heartbreak card, right? It says, reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from the situation. Sadness will heal with time. There is a need for you to work from the heart, not the head. Indecision. The indecision has been creating unnecessary anxiety. We have the Two of Winter, the Two of Swords. Indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that is best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped in an intellectual, you're trapped in your thoughts. And if you would just allow yourself to be set free. We have the Ego, which kind of makes me think of this card here. The Ego is like the Devil card. The illusion of being trapped. The illusion of needing, okay, so he's in the park. It's a community card, but it's dark and he's frozen in time. He's not moving. And it's almost as though the fairies are flying around trying to make you, like taking Pinocchio and making him a real boy, right? It's like the magic of coming to real life. And it's almost as though that is what the outcome can be, that the magic of this season, the magic of these eclipses can actually take you out of this need to hold yourself in a position of authority, you know, the ego of needing to maintain a facade of being so perfect and always being right, and allowing yourself to go have fun again, and that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to have learning and growing experiences, because you also have the Seven of Summer. And the Seven of Summer says you have options, but there's a rainbow, and you don't get a rainbow unless there's been a storm. No more procrastinating. That's what it says. Here it says you've been stuck in indecision. Here it says allow your friends to help you heal. Here it says get out of your head. You're not really trapped. Nine of Swords, you're not really trapped. This one says you have options. No more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision. Confusion that arises from overindulging the options. So you have options, and maybe you've been sitting there going, especially with the Two of Swords, it could be this or it could be that. It's in the heart. The answer's in the heart. The key to the situation, which, by the way, this is the position of the key, is the clarity that comes from your heart. So you're going to need to be open. You're going to need to be vulnerable and talk it over with somebody. If you've been waiting, trying to talk to somebody, now's the time. So that you can not be a statue. So you can be a real boy or a real girl. The dolphins want you to play. Go have some fun. Swim in the happy joy of living. There you go. All right. You guys take really good care of yourselves. Happy solar return. And it is the season of eclipses where the big changes come in for you. So again, I want to remind you I'm on Facebook at Moonlit Waters. Come and hang out there. Check out the readings every day. And if you're still watching, you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, why not? I'd appreciate it. You guys take care. Talk to you soon.